You all look amazing. At this time, we ask all guests to stand for the presentation of colors by the Hollywood Hills High School JROTC Color Guard, the Pledge of Allegiance by Kisleon Mendez, and the singing of the National Anthem by Hollywood Hills High School Choir, led by Miss Abreu.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. We now ask our senior members of our band to join their fellow classmates. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the principal of Hollywood Hills High School, Mr. Daniel Most.
Good evening, family, friends, guests, and most of all, our Hollywood Hills High School graduating class of 2025. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our guests, staff, and students on stage this evening. Our guests, starting with Ms. Maura McCarthy-Bowman, School Board Member, District 1. Dr. Howard Hepburn, Superintendent of Broward County Schools. Mr. Alan Strauss, South Regional Superintendent. Mrs. Teresa Hall, South Regional Director of Teaching and Learning. Our Hollywood Hills staff on stage, Ms. Sarah Pierce, Assistant Principal. Ms. Tanisha Fletcher, Assistant Principal. Mrs. Alexandra Ramos, Assistant Principal. Mr. Luis Espinosa, Intern Principal. Ms. Tiffany Dean Mobley, School Counselor. Mr. Malik Jackson, School Counselor. Ms. Shakavia Garland, School Brace Advisor. Ms. Chantel McCall, Senior Class Sponsor. Mr. Andrew Curry and Mr. York Pofall, who will be announcing our graduates as they cross the stage this evening. We also, from the Hollywood Hills iZone, would like to welcome Mr. Stephen Williams, Principal from Driftwood Middle School. Last but certainly not least, our students on stage are Kisley Ann Mendez, Senior Class President. Mariam Schuler, Senior Speaker. Jairo Valdez, Special Guest from Class of 26. Ms. Janelle Prager, Salutatorian. And Ms. Maya Miller, Valedictorian. We are also very fortunate to have a number of elected officials from the city of Hollywood and surrounding municipalities joining our family and friends to celebrate this great milestone in the lives of our students. Here with us this evening in the audience are City of Hollywood Commissioner, District 5, Mr. Kevin Biederman. City of Hollywood Commissioner, District 1, Ms. Carol Schuman. Mayor for the City of Hollywood, Mr. Josh Levy. Commissioner of Hollywood, District 3, Ms. Tracy Kalari. City of Hollywood Commissioner, District 4, Mr. Adam Gruber. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge a staff member that we have with us who has a 2025 graduate. I'd like to acknowledge the following family member of our math and French teacher, Mr. Mark Dulce and his family here with us this evening. And finally, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge all of those in our armed forces. Please stand if you have served or will be enlisting in the military. Please allow me to introduce School Board Member Maura McCarthy Bullman. She is a devoted mother of 4 sons enrolled in Broward County Public Schools. She is an experienced attorney, committed community volunteer, and longtime resident of Hollywood. With a history of service as a United States Peace Corps volunteer in Jamaica and a housing attorney at Legal Services, Ms. Bullman has consistently demonstrated her dedication to public service and advocacy. A champion for public education, Ms. Bullman is dedicated to ensuring that every child receives a high-quality public school education in a safe and supportive environment. Ms. Bullman, would you join me, please?
Thank you, Principal Most. Good evening, parents, families, friends, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the Hollywood Hills High School graduating class of 2025. Woohoo! I am honored to stand here before you as both your District 1 Broward School Board member and as a mom of a fellow class of 2025 graduate. He graduated at 2, so he's a bulldog. Don't hold that against me. So hello to the class of 2025. You've been alive for less time than LeBron James has been playing professional basketball, less time than Taylor Swift and Beyonce have been performing. You are the same age as the iPhone. You've streamed all your entertainment, so you've never had to miss the end of a show. You've survived a pandemic and historic flood events. You are the masters of TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram, and you are part of the largest graduating high school class in U.S. history. Congratulations. You are a dynamic, resilient group of scholars, artists, debaters, athletes, scientists, musicians, performers, and leaders, and I am proud of all that you have already achieved to be sitting here this evening. I'm even more excited for what you'll achieve moving forward. In a world of uncertainty, there is opportunity. We are counting on your bold ideas and your courage to challenge norms and figure out ways we can collectively do things differently and be better. You are a class who comes from many different backgrounds and cultures. Continue to surround yourself with people who do not see the world the same way you do. Take the time to really listen to and consider the perspectives and opinions of others. Be open-minded. Allow your worldview to evolve and to expand. Your ability to see the strength in our common humanity rather than our differences is a superpower that will be invaluable to you as you navigate the world. Be willing to take risks and to challenge yourselves by choosing the more difficult and demanding path in order to achieve your goals and dreams. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Your ability to step outside your comfort zone will shape you, strengthen you, and develop your voice and your leadership. And most importantly, remember that you are sitting here today because someone believed in you, showed up for you, encouraged you, pushed you. Be that someone for others. Show up, volunteer your time, be generous with your skills and knowledge, and hold the door open for the kids coming up behind you. Work hard, but don't forget to enjoy the journey. I am confident in our future because of the immense talent that is sitting in this room right now. We cannot wait to see the amazing ways you will contribute to making our community and our world a better place. So go Spartans!
Thank you very much, Ms. Bowman. So, the formal speech. I know you guys all been waiting for this one. So, good evening again, parents, families, honored guests, Spartan faculty and staff, and of course, my amazing graduating class of 2025. Our theme this year at Hills was Grow Minds, Invest in the Future, and our acronym GROW stood for Greatness, Resiliency, Opportunities, and Wisdom. To invest means to make sacrifices today to positively impact your future, and every single one of you has made sacrifices along your academic path to this moment. Whether it was late night studying for a big exam, working on a class project after working a job all weekend long to help your family, or trying to balance being an older sibling while making the best grades possible, you overcame all of these challenges and more. As a staff, we sought to be the advisors to your investments and to impart that greatness, resiliency, and wisdom into every one of you and provide opportunities for you to learn, grow, and shine to establish a brighter path for the future of every graduate of the class of 2025. Instead of investing to make money, our goal was to teach, coach, support, mentor, and encourage each one of you to reach this momentous day. And while the path was not easy, the fact that you are sitting here today means that you accepted our challenge, persevered through the tough times, and today your return on investment is becoming a high school graduate. I'd like to thank all of the members of the Spartan family that helped you reach this day. I'm so blessed as a principal to work with the best staff in Broward County. Seniors, please take a moment to give a round of applause and thank the teachers and staff that worked with you side by side to guide you to graduation. There are so many amazing accomplishments for the class of 25. You have all shown me what Spartan pride and desire is all about. Your class has earned almost $4 million in scholarships and have been accepted to some of the most prestigious universities in our state and around our nation, including the University of Florida, go Gators, Washington University of St. Louis, Hofstra University, University of Miami, Brown University, even Florida State University, among others. 166 of you are graduating with either the Scholar Designation, Industry Scholar Designation, or both on your diploma. Our SGA was named a Gold Medallion Council and won first and third place finishes in countywide student government competitions. In our own on-campus dual enrollment class, SLS 1001, 100% of the students enrolled in the class via Broward College earned their first college credits before they even graduated high school. Through our Career and Technical Education Department, 145 of you have earned 274 industry certifications in various disciplines, including, yeah, that's worth a round of applause. In various disciplines, including entrepreneurship and small business, web design, Adobe Visual Design certification, project management, ServSafe, and the Home Builders Institute certification. 10 of you graduated from the Junior Achievement Career Bound program, partnered with Holland America Cruise Line, and have been hired as paid summer interns. Our culinary program put their learning into action through multiple events, including preparing your senior breakfast and competing in the district-wide gingerbread house competition. Our Spartan Honors Academy was founded during your freshman year, and 34 of you have either already earned or are projected to earn your Cambridge diplomas when scores come out later this summer. Along with the prestige of earning that Cambridge diploma, that designation comes with a 100% Bright Future scholarship for each of you. Our World Languages Department has led 20 of you to earn the Gold or Silver State Seal of Biliteracy and 26 additional gold, silver, or bronze medals at the District World Languages Academic Competition. Our spoken word poetry team advanced all the way to the South Florida Finals and finished in the top 4 of all of South Florida. Our marching band, the Conquest, received superior ratings at MPA for the 3rd year in a row, and we sent 2 jazz bands. I love it. We sent 2 jazz bands and 3 concert bands to MPA, the most of any school in Broward County, and all 5 bands earned excellent ratings. We've also had our largest number of students ever go to state solo and ensemble, with 7 Spartans qualifying for that honor. Our JROTC program is in high demand and currently has over 220 students enrolled. It was incredibly active this year, provided dozens of color guards for school and community events. Our joint JROTC and Alma Service Learning Project was incredible, visiting Forest Trace Senior Citizen Home to give back to our community. JROTC was also active in events such as the City of Hollywood Candy Cane Parade, and their Raider and drill teams competed in matches across the county, and drill team qualified for state competition. In our Entrepreneur Leadership Military Academy, Raider team qualified for states along with drill and JLab. Our 48 Elma seniors have been awarded almost $2 million in scholarships, completed 11,553 hours of community service, and have an average weighted GPA of 4.4. In fact, while Elma makes up only about 10% of our student body, more than 2/3 of the members of our top 5% are Elma students. Graduating among Elma are students who have received JROTC scholarships to the University of Florida, Florida International University, and Olivet Nazarene University, as well as a slew of on-campus leaders of classes and clubs. 97% of our Elma seniors will be attending a 4-year university after graduation. As a class, though, the accomplishment that I'm most amazed by is your service to others. There are too many clubs and organizations to name all of them, but through groups such as First Priority, Peace Club, SGA, LIA, Senior Class, NHS, SNHS, Mu Alpha Theta, Key Club, FFEA, Piers' Partners, and so many others, you gave back to your fellow Spartan family members and helped create a positive and caring culture on campus. Learning about philanthropy is something that I hope sticks with you your entire lives. I am proud to announce that the Spartan Class of 25 has earned 42,403 community service hours. 78 of you have earned a silver cord with a minimum of 250 hours, and 1 of you even earned 1,143 hours over the last 4 years. At the Florida minimum wage of $13 an hour, it works out that you guys did $551,239 in community service, and I am so proud of each and every single one of you. As I think about this litany of accomplishments that your class has achieved, I realize you have not done these things alone. Your parents, grandparents, siblings, friends, teachers, coaches, and mentors have blazed a trail for you to follow and built a bridge to help you cross the rocky paths of life to reach your achievements. Please take a moment to give a round of applause for your family members and friends, those here and those watching from home that have supported you to reach this day. A lot of important lessons were learned along the way to these accolades and to tonight's graduation for each of you. Whether you were the valedictorian or if you were running down the hall to hand in a paper on the last day of senior year, you found a way to overcome the hardships and succeed. Remember that feeling. When many people would have given up, with the help of your teachers, family, and friends, you found a way to overcome. Of all the lessons you learned in high school, this is the one I want you to remember the most. Maybe the only guarantee that I can give you is that life will be challenging at times. Even as teenagers, you've already seen this. Sometimes, hopefully most of the time, things will be better than the adversity you've faced in the past, but there will be times in life when you will struggle. That is the time you must dig deep to remember the lessons that you learned here at Hollywood Hills High School. Spartan class of 2025, you have made me so proud to be your principal. You've faced enormous challenges head-on and have come out victorious on the other side. Know that no obstacle can ever stop you so long as you remember that greatness, resiliency, opportunities, and wisdom exist inside each of you and that you should never, ever give up. Soon to be alumni, we can't wait to see you back on campus and hear about all of your successes. Paul Clitheroe said, "Invest in yourself. Your career is the engine of your wealth." As you go out into the world, remember that once a Spartan, always a Spartan, and we'll be waiting for you at home at Hollywood Hills High School. Best of luck to you on all your future endeavors.
Each year, a member of the senior class is selected to speak as a representative of the graduating class. Continuing with this tradition, we have selected an exemplary young lady who has truly maximized her time at Spartan Nation. She has earned an impressive 3.92 weighted GPA, over 300 documented volunteer service hours, and has taken honors, advanced placement, and Cambridge ACE classes throughout high school. She is known for always pushing herself to do better. This student has remained active in her school community as a member of 2 prestigious honor societies, the National Honor and Spanish Honor Societies, where she has served in an officer capacity, and was a member of other clubs such as Big Brothers Big Sisters, HIP, Students Against Destructive Decisions, and Students Working Against Tobacco. She's also held the position of Vice President in the Latinos in Action program, where she enjoyed empowering and supporting other students. Despite a busy academic and extracurricular schedule, she has consistently persevered throughout high school by balancing work, school, and her leadership roles. During this, her senior year, she took on an additional role in opening a Peruvian restaurant with her mom by handling paperwork, administrative responsibilities, and assisted with the remodel of the building. She now serves as the manager of that restaurant. It was not always easy, but it taught her time management, discipline, and qualities that will stick with her forever. This summer, she will attend Florida International University to pursue a degree in biochemistry with the goal of becoming an OBGYN, a career through which she hopes to support women's health and advocate for underserved communities. We are so excited for what the future holds for her and are proud of how far she has come. It is my distinct honor and privilege to invite Ms. Miriam Schuler to the podium as your class of 2025 esteemed senior speaker.
Good evening, everyone. Family, friends, teachers, and most importantly, the class of 2025. It's crazy how fast everything happened. 1 minute, we were standing awkwardly in the middle of the hallway trying to figure it out which direction first period was. And now, just like that, we're here, dressed in caps and gowns, ready to close this chapter that once felt like it would last forever. We were just kids trying to find our place. Back in freshman year, everything felt so far away. Prom, graduation, senior sunrise, things only seniors got to experience. We counted the semesters, thinking we had all the time in the world, and now that the day is here, some of us wouldn't mind going back. Just one more pep rally, one more study hall that was used more to hang out with friends, or even one fast walk through the crowded halls, which was the cost of our lateness, or at least that's what we taught our teachers. And speaking of school, we have to mention the food, okay? Let's be real. We sometimes hate on school lunch. Tacos on Tuesdays, everyday pizza, and nuggets that may or may not have actually been meat. We all had our complaints. But here's the thing. That was the last free meal we ever had without bills, responsibilities attached. In a weird way, it was part of the deal. We were being fed, literally and metaphorically, with food, knowledge, support, and a structure. Now, we're stepping into a world where the meals aren't always handed to us. We have to cook for ourselves, and not just food, but opportunity and success. We'd have to build our lives from scratch, and while that can be scary, we've been prepared. Maybe not to make a 5-star dinner, but definitely to make something of ourselves. To our incredible teachers and staff, thank you. Thank you for being the heart of this school. Whether you taught us in the classroom, guided us through tough decisions such as what classes to pick for next year, or even greeted us with a smile in the hallways, your impact was felt. You believed in us, even when we didn't believe in ourselves, and you pushed us to become more than what we thought we could be. To our families, thank you for the love, the patience, and the endless support behind the scenes. You were our foundation through every late night, early morning, and emotional breakdown over a project we forgot was due. To our friends, thank you for the laughs, the memories, and the quiet moments that got us through. You made these years unforgettable. And to the class of 2025, we counted down the days until we could leave. And now, somehow, we wish we had just a little more time. But this is it, the moment we step into the real world. Whatever comes next, college, work, the military, or something totally unknown, we're not starting from scratch. We've been shaped and prepared by the people in this building. Congrats, class of 2025. We made it. Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you, Miriam. This year, we are recognizing a special guest speaker. He has earned an outstanding weighted 5.35 GPA, along with 275 service hours. This student proudly comes from a mixed cultural background with a Cuban father and a Peruvian mother, who he regards as his essential support system. He served as Vice President of the National Honor Society and has earned the prestigious Superior Cadet Award from the Entrepreneurship Leadership Military Academy. After graduation, he will be attending the University of Florida, much to Mr. Most's approval. At this time, please welcome our 2025 special speaker, Jairo Valdez, to the stage.
Good evening, class of 2025. It is a privilege to be speaking here in front of you guys, even if I may have not started with you guys. Now, over the course of my 3 years here, I have seen that there's a striking similarity of my time here and a game I like to play with my friends called Rainbow Six Siege. Now, freshman year, it was like dropping into the unknown. You had no idea where anything was. You were lost trying to look for classes. Barely anyone knew you. Now this is where you started to build your character. This is where we made mistakes, but also this is where we strove to victory. Next was sophomore year. This is when things got a little more serious. You started taking more advanced classes, ACE classes, AP classes. This is where you started to get a feel for things, where you started to hone in your skills. You also had extracurriculars, which you started to participate in. All of this has come together to help us build our character. Next up was junior year, which some say is the hardest year. SAT prep, even more daunting classes. It was like a constant full force attack. But with this came even more improvement. As we began to learn each other's strengths and weaknesses, we're able to step up to the challenge and succeed with our hardest classes. And finally, senior year. It's the final round, match point. The stakes were high. College applications, finalizing SAT scores, getting your last credits out the way. It was like being surrounded by different opponents, and every move counted. All you had to do was stay focused and make it out to the end. Now, a message to the class of 2025. Even if you start out down in the count, if you try your best and put your mind to it, you could always come out on top. And now finally, I want to say a special thanks to our parents for always supporting us, and to the teachers and staff who have been there to help us even when times were tough. And finally, to our friends who have stuck through our side throughout the whole thing. Without them, we wouldn't have made it to the end. I love you guys.
This year's salutatorian is recognized as one of Spartan Nation's most determined and curious students. She earned the title of National Merit Scholar for scoring in the top 1% of the nation's high schoolers on the PSAT, and has maintained a perfect 4.0 unweighted GPA alongside an impressive 5.3 weighted GPA. She has been recognized as a College Board National Hispanic Scholar, a Career Technical Education Scholar, and a Founding Forward Spirit of America Young Leader. This amazing young lady is on track to receive her Cambridge ACE diploma with distinction and has earned a full Florida Bright Futures scholarship. Along with earning her Bright Futures scholarship, she's received over $1 million in scholarship offers. This student, yes, we can cheer for that. This student has led her peers by example and has served as vice president and co-president for the National Honor Society. She's been an SAT tutor and coach. She co-founded and acted as vice president for the school's Girls Who Code chapter and was voted treasurer for the junior class. Through these leadership endeavors, she has accumulated over 250 service hours. She has proudly been accepted to every major Florida State university she applied to and has decided to attend the University of Miami on a full scholarship, double majoring, yes? Double majoring in microbiology and immunology and public health. It is such an honor to recognize and welcome your 2025 salutatorian, Janelle Prager.
As you just heard, I'm second in our class, scored in the highest percentile of the PSAT, and yet this speech has been the hardest assignment of high school. One I almost failed, and a lesson in humility. So, 3 drafts later, thank you to our school's administration for forcing me to become a better speechwriter. 4 years ago, I walked into these halls with a stack of books, 0 social skills, and the quiet hope that maybe I'd survive high school without becoming a cautionary tale. Today, I stand before you as proof that even the shyest of bookworms can make it to the finish line. Before book talk became a thing, I lived the world through the pages of a book and the eyes of their characters. Today, I get to share what I've learned in those moments of solitude with you, my classmates and educators. So, before we charge into the next battle brief like riders at Basgayath, I want to shine a light on the people who made this journey possible. And yes, this speech is filled with Fourth-Ring references. Squad mates, you get it. Ms. McCall, thank you for being my Imogen, my guide. You answered every question, gave the best reality checks, and never let me settle. And yes, I will still be calling you for chemistry help next year. Mr. Curry, like Professor Kaori, you're too valuable for the battlefield. Who knew history could be relevant? Thank you for the after-school rabbit hole conversations that taught me more than any textbook ever could. Your generosity, compassion, and positivity are the only reasons I made it through those history classes. Ms. Garland, like Rhiannon, you've been essential to the success of our battle towards college. You answered every frantic email, calmed every panic, and cheered louder than anyone. You didn't have to carry us this way, but you did, and for that, I'll be eternally grateful. Ms. Peliquin, you are my Mira. my voice of reason who always found a way to understand my nonsense. You showed us that tough love is still love. Whether you were throwing markers at us or calling us out, we knew it came from a place of wanting us to be our best. Thank you for listening when we needed an ear, for advising and encouraging us when we needed a guide, for instance, when I was struggling to write the speech, and for making us laugh when we needed a reason to smile. To my squad mates, Yasmin, my anchor, Mahati and Carl, the future CIA agents, Noah, my book buddy who sent the most memorable TikToks, Joao, the best, most reliable study partner and friend I could ever ask for, and Alessandro, who I could always count on for a laugh. Thank you for forcing me to leave my house, even though I usually went home first. To Maya, my personal Taryn, thank you for yanking me out of my comfort zone, keeping me up well past my bedtime, and proving that even introverts need a squad, even if we'd still rather be reading. Grass is overrated. Jenna and Josh, you're very welcome for being related to me. Josh, thank you for being the guinea pig, and for the piggyback rides, financial advice, and always finding a way to make me laugh. Jenna, thank you for quite literally willing me into existence and never letting me forget it. When we were little, we could never get along, but now I can't imagine my life without your support, guidance, and brutally honest feedback on all my decisions. Mom, I'm eternally grateful for every hour-long hug, laugh, and pep talk. You're my biggest role model and my best friend. I used to deny it when people said I was just like you, but now I realize it's the biggest compliment, and I'm so proud and honored to be your daughter. Dad, thank you for making sure I always had a home full of love, and for your judgmental advice based on your wild experiences. Most importantly, thank you for funding my book habit. And just in case you ever forget I'm your favorite, I'd like to remind you that your return on investment is discounted Cane's tickets. And to the rest of my village, Nana, Titi Erica, Grandma, and Titi Nelly, thank you for being my crazy, loving family and for all of the insane memories. And so, to my fellow graduates, as we reflect, let us never forget to be grateful. Grateful for the people who have stood with us through the long nights. Grateful for the space and opportunity to seek knowledge and to learn. Grateful for a public school system that isn't perfect, but is available and enduring. But let us also remember, it is our job alone to take charge of our own futures. As Rebecca Yaros puts it in Fourth Wing, remember that folklore is passed from one generation to the next to teach us about our past. If we lose it, we lose the links to our past. It only takes one desperate generation to change history, even erase it. So, if I could share one final message with you, I implore you to take charge of your future by opening a book. Pay attention to what you're being told not to read. Ask yourself when, why, and how, if ever, it is acceptable to censor access to knowledge before it's too late. Because make no doubt about it, we are at war with truth and knowledge, and it'll be up to us to ensure that the future is safe. So, class of 2025, if you've heard nothing else I've said this evening, put down the reels for a moment. They're funnier when you get the references anyway. Turn off the podcast bros and become a book person. Fiction or nonfiction, graphic or traditional print, via an e-reader or audio platform, find a way to access and enjoy knowledge. Yes, Ms. Peliquin, even if it is a Quan Mills novel. Because, to paraphrase novelist Lisa Kleypas, a well-read person is a dangerous creature. Thank you, class of 2025, and congratulations.
Thank you, Janelle. This year's valedictorian has maintained an incredible 3.9 unweighted GPA and a 5.5 weighted GPA. Yes. As a National Honor Society member for 3 years and active volunteer in the school and local community, she has earned nearly 400 documented community service hours. She has served as an SAT tutor, vice president and co-president of the National Honor Society, co-founder and treasurer of the Girls Who Code Club, is a senior Senate member, and the executive coordinator and secretary of the junior class. This amazing young lady has been named a Questbridge College Prep Scholar and Questbridge National College Match finalist. She is recognized as a Founding Forward Spirit of America Young Leader, Broward County Senior Leader, and has received the Bausch and Lomb Honorary Science Award. Her high school diploma will include the College Board National African American and First Generation Scholar Distinction, and Advanced Placement Scholar distinction. She is currently on track to receive her Cambridge ACE diploma with distinction and has received nationwide scholarship offers of over $1.5 million. You can choose that. While she has been accepted to several top-ranked universities across the nation, including Brown University, Stanford University, and the University of Notre Dame, she will be attending Washington University in St. Louis on a full-ride scholarship in the fall and will be majoring in both microbiology and neuroscience. At this time, Spartan Nation, please welcome to the stage your 2025 valedictorian, Ms. Maya Miller.
Historian Laurel Thatcher Ulrich once said, "Well-behaved women seldom make history." A difficult lesson I've had to learn is which battles to pick and the most effective way to achieve success. After all, as Sun Tzu states in The Art of War, strategy without tactics is the slowest route to victory. And as mentioned earlier, we are at war with truth and knowledge. And whether you like it or not, we've all been conscripted for battle. Valedictorian may just be a fancy Latin way of saying that I did a lot of homework while my friends had social lives, but in my time studying, I discerned that our strategy for battle will not be found in the pages of our textbooks. So, my fellow graduates, I'd like to assist in equipping you for war. And yes, this is absolutely a fourth wing illusion. And if you feel like you're experiencing deja vu, let me assure you that you aren't. The salutatorian and I happen to be best friends with very similar experiences. However, first I want to acknowledge that as Leo Tolstoy said, a battle is won by him who is firmly resolved to win it, but only if his soldiers share that resolve. So, first I need to take a moment to thank a few soldiers who have fought by my side. Miss McCall, thank you for being the voice in my head saying you got this, even when I was convinced I didn't. I'm glad I stressed you out because I assure you, I will continue to do so while in college. Mr. Curry, I know you didn't ask to be NHS sponsor, and I'm sure there were moments you regretted it, but I need you to know that I wouldn't be on the stage without your support and guidance. Miss Garland, thank you for being my biggest cheerleader, and don't worry, I'll always give you a reason to keep cheering. Miss Peliquin, you didn't just make my dreams possible. You kept me grounded, hopeful, and somehow sane through all of it. From dropping everything to help me navigate my applications, to always keeping chocolate granola on standby, words cannot express how grateful I am. Meeting you has genuinely given me hope in humanity, and for that, it has been my honor. To my squad, Alessandro and Joao as my functional HR reps, Christian for always matching my chaos, Yasmin as my news reporter, Isaiah for always keeping me humble, and Kevin, if you're here, I'm so proud of you for showing up. Noam, thank you for making me a better person and reminding me that happiness is something you find, not something that finds you. And of course, the Andarna to my Terran, my partner in crime, and voice of reason, Janelle, when I'm having a crisis at 1 a.m., you're the only one who convinces me I'm not failing at life. If I'm dying, you're the only person I trust to save my life. You dragged me into this magical world of books, and now I will never touch grass. But in that magical world of books, I learned from Rebecca Yarros that the problem with mankind is we too often find our souls to be a fair price for power. From Sarah J. Maas, that only you can decide what breaks you. And from international best-selling author Quan Mills, that the court system can be treacherous, so make sure your baby mama is not a loser. To my parents, I quite literally wouldn't exist without you, and that is a biology joke because that's the only subject I actually understood. Dad, wherever you are, I owe you a million thank yous for every gray hair, for every bookstore and toy aisle you'd scour just to see my face light up, for teaching me everything I know from how to change car oil to how to sleep while standing. And hi, Mom, no, this is not an automated message. You're welcome for always keeping you on your toes. In return, I'm grateful for the dreams that you've nurtured, the love that you give so freely, and for every sacrifice you've made that I've noticed, and for the countless sacrifices that I'll never fully understand. And don't worry, I will be able to take out my own trash and do my own laundry in college. Miracles do happen. Thank you, Kelsey, for celebrating my victories and challenging me through my failures. to Uncle Maya, Uncle Garfield, Corey, Auntie Fatune, and Kelvin, and the rest of my village whose support I couldn't have succeeded without. Thank you for your lessons, laugh, and love. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my Creator. Every achievement and every ounce of perseverance that brought me here today was only possible through His guidance and blessings. Without faith, I know I wouldn't be standing here today. And there's also something else that I need to do, something that I've never really taken the time to do before. I want to thank myself. Thank you for all the nights you fell asleep over homework only to wake up and keep going. Thank you for being your own biggest advocate, even when it felt easier to stay quiet. Thank you for never letting failure be the end, just a detour. I've spent so much time overanalyzing, chasing better, that I forgot to pause and say, you've already done so much. And if no one has told you that lately, then tonight is your reminder to stop and thank yourself. You are enough of a reason to want to achieve success. At the beginning of the speech, I promised to equip you with tools needed to face this war on truth. To recap, I want to emphasize that wars can never be fought alone. However, as Alexander the Great emphasized, an army of sheep led by a lion is better than an army of lions led by a sheep. So while an army is capable of great things, it takes a leader to win a war. So, like Laurel said, no need to be well-behaved. Instead, like late Congressman John Lewis encouraged, make good trouble. Do not settle, do not conform, stand 10 toes down on your beliefs, and if necessary, find a Zayden and start a revolution. The world needs it. And if ever in doubt, always remember that if we can survive hills, we can survive anything. Thank you, and congratulations.
Great job. Okay. Thank you, Maya. At this time, I'd like to ask Maya, Janelle, Jairo, Miriam, and Kislian to please join your fellow classmates in the audience. So seniors, your class color is blue. Your prom theme was a night on cloud 9. The graduating class of 2025 is comprised of 362 students from countries around the world. You are a quality class, and as a class, you have broken the mold and set new standards. You've made great achievements in academics, athletics, and extracurricular activities. You are champions. You are Spartans. Go forth and succeed. Ms. Bowman, will you please join me at the lectern? Ms. Bowman, I certify to you that the students before you have fulfilled all of the requirements as prescribed by the state of Florida and the School Board of Broward County and are eligible for high school graduation. It is with pride, honor, and privilege on behalf of the superintendent, I present to you the graduating class of 2025.
Thank you, Principal Most. On behalf of the School Board of Broward County, Florida, I certify that these students have met all the requirements of the school board and the state of Florida for graduation from high school. All right.
At this time, I am proud to present and recognize the graduates. Let us now begin the roll call. Will the top 5% please rise? Top 5%? So, yeah.
When should I read this?
I don't know.
You'll tell me when we're done with the top 5%?
For sure.
Okay. I'll just wait till they're here right before
Yeah.
The rest of the class, please be seated until your row is called. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The procession will begin with the top 5%. Jairo Valdez. Maya Miller. Janelle Prager. Joshua Mateo. Johansson Ray. Alexander McGuire. Alessandro Bonilla. Nafis Washim. John Rowell. Joao Saldano. Yasmin Salam. Nestor Castano. Kaylana DeHardy Payne. Annabelle Jade Lavius. Michelle Wynn. Mahati Druvo. Leon Siegel. Emily Morgan. Aldana Lagisa. Samantha Allison. Cheryl Alfred. This concludes the top 5%. Zaria Alexander. Catherine Alberon. Vanessa Brito. Crystal Bronya Sandoval. Angelica Renee Brown. Nikki Nicole Deanna Burgess. Crismel Burgos Paulino. Ezeldine Al Mohammed. Emily Alvarado. Ingrid Alvarado. Maria Arcaya Camarillo. Matias Arcia Sanchez. Jermaeus Arguela. Christian Badayo. Isaiah Banton. Trinity Bartholomew. Keaton Benubi. Leilani Bickle. Ziamora Beard. Alana Borrero. Valeria Alvarez. Jared Connor. Anthony Colon. Paola Colina. Cedric Coles. Desire Coleman. Jalencia Civil. Nihal Chowdhury. Anthony Chong. Carl Daniel Chatelier. Giovanni Ciancola Alvarez. Gianni Caten. Dunya Castro. Kayla Castillo Gomez. Francesca Castelli. Nathaniel Castellanos. Edgar Castellanos. William Carter. Angelica Carrero. Kilder Cardona. Pamela Cardenas. Jolisa Kardec. Sophia Cosme. Jordan Cox. Alyssa Crawley. Gabriela Cruz. Jesus Cruz. Matthew Cruz. Rosa Cuero Fribas. Brian Cuevas. Edan David. Nikema Davis. Angeli Decker. Dominic Diaz. Natalie Diaz Rodriguez. Mariano Donis Enriquez. Danielis Donis Lopez. Damari Dorset. Mia Doyen. Natalie Doyle. Natalie Dyer. Neva Edwards. Julianne Estraz. Harley Fambro. Hunter Fambro. Allison Guevara. Alexandra Guevara. Ariana Guerrero. Brandon Grady. Caroline Good. Joshua Gonzalez. Kaylee Gonzalez. Franya Gonzalez Ponciano. Viviana Gomez. Mateo Gomez. John Gomez. Santiago Giraldo. Samuel Giraldo. Chanel Jimenez Rivas. Milson Jeffrard. Zakiah Gideon. Sykia Gideon. Moises Galvez. Santiago Francois. Alejandro Francisco. Said Francis. Chais Francis. Dwayne Floyd. David Fimat. Robert Fernandez. Julio Fernandez. Grammy Feliz Gomez. Sharna K. Fearing. Georgiana Garcia. Udonis Pendleton. Stephen Wynn. Huda Hamandna. Liliana Harrell. Lamarcus Harris. Anthony Hart Adrianus. Fallon Henry. Dowlin Hernandez. Ignacio Hernandez. Isabella Hernandez. Jennifer Hernandez. Noah Hernandez. Catherine Hernandez Fajardo. Derek Hernandez Rivera. Omarion Hill. Tai Hong. Robert Hoffman. Thank you. Thaddeus Holmes. Hannah Hopkins. Ikara Ihaz. Thomas Interian. Amari Isaac. Clemike Wood Israel. Moshe Israel. Lane Jackson. Alexandra Jean. Charisma Jean Baptiste. Warren Jean Francois. Ricardo Jenkins. Zacavia Johnson Stanley. Tria Jones. Ethan Housen. Amaya Mohammed. Caitlin Mitchell. Brianna Miranda. Amani Miller. Kaylee McCowlick. Kislian Mendez. Aaron Melendi Diaz. Merlin Mejia. Samaya McCrae. Yalen Martinez. Sebastian Martinez. Giancarlo Martinez. Genesis Martinez. Gabriela Martinez. Alex Martinez. Tristan Martin. Genesis Marchena. Kareem Marshall. Soraya Marshall. Daniel Mayuza. Layla Lucero. Bianca Lubin. Daniel Lopez. Brianna Lopez. Brianna Longo. Leonardo Leon Hernandez. Nathaniel Leach. Janelle Lawson. Jilly Lavy. Lanasia Lattimore.
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Carl LaFleur. Anthony Kleiss. Julian Clavins. Vondon Kish. Rihanna Jumi. Yamila Diaz.
No, we're gonna.
Albert Tavares. Nebel Mohammed. Bionda Moena. Guadalupe Molina. Christian Montero. Sophia Montero. Giselle Montoya. Macario Morales Calderon. Diego Morel. Daquan Morgan. Katia Mortimer. Howard Mwakasaki. Mohammed Nasir. Alina Nira Saldana. Anthony Nelson. Emily Wynn. Wong Ingwen. Mai Ingwen. Ayasu Nichols. Tejan Nickel. Rihanna Noriega Gomez. Nicholas Orsino. Brianna Ortega. Elena Ortiz. Exaya Osceola. Gage Osceola. Anna Osario. Janicia Otero. Rose Pacheco. Mikkel Payne. Micah Penny. Emily Perez. Grenly Perez. Luis Perez. Andy Salgado. Moshi Sagman. Javier Signs. Aaron Rose. Samuel Russell. Gonzalo Romero. Ashley Romero. Zamaris Rodriguez. Jason Rodriguez. Angelina Rodriguez. Angela Rodriguez. Caitlin Rogers. Jonathan Rivera. Dayanara Rivera. Genesis Ramos. Diego Rios. Ariana Reynoso. Antonio Redmond Souls. Casey Raphael. Ronaldo Ramos. Rick Nellis Ramos Lopez. Miguel Ramirez Salmoron. Brian Ramirez. Nicola Ramick. Owen Racklin. Sharon Rabanellis Morales. David Quinones. Frankeli Puntiel. Yoslin Puentes. Olivier Pravali. Angel Preciado. Caden Posanakul. Samuel Posada. Iker Pina. Dylan Pino. Joseph Pickney. Neji Pierre. Anthony Phillips. Carlos Perez Gonzalez. Anise Samuels. Samuel Sanchez Martinez. Kimani Singh. Miriam Schuler. Tanaya Scott. Ruthann Siegel. Shamari Sennett. Jada Sepulveda. Xavier Sepulveda. Kevin Sequeira. Jamal Servants. Avatol Shlomian. Angela Sirens. Kevin Sims. Tanya Smith Brown.
Devaney Soto.
Delaney Soto Barrios. Adai Stevens. Everett Stewart. Savion Straken Johnson. Mariana Tamayo Ferreira. Jordy Telez Tapia. Ashley Tejeda. Well, I already called your name. Jordy Telez Tapia. Talia Tenenbaum. Vanessa Theodore. Claudelic Tibbers. Donicio Tolles. Thomas Toro Gonzalez. Nasaya Torres. Tanya Trejo. Maria Opegi.
Could you read the bottom last name too as well? That's my mother's last name, Arredondo. I don't know if that's possible.
Sofia Triana Arredondo. Diego Vargas. Kevin Vargas. Pedro Vasallo Nunez. Zachary Vassell. Izel Victorio. Brad Vidal.
Oh no, my arm is killing me.
Emily Vilches. Haim Waba. Jaden Washington. Jayla Washington. Lauren Weir. Africa Wesley. Kenny Zeron Duron. Jaiming Zhang. Heiko Alva. Carlito Andre. Barbara Antunes. Jack Braun. Azaria Brown. Natalia Casco. Julian Gillian. Carmen Martinez. Delaney McCready. Julene Morel. Ethan Moulton. Oceanica Pena. Grevelinsky Ravix. Nicholas Singer. Kashaya Stewart. We will now announce graduates of the Elma Academy. Giovanni Arguela. Clarissa Benesh. Rolando Bloisey. Selena Buchan. Christian Bowers. Alice Caba Marcelino. Abraham Cruz. Diana Cunningham. Benzi Dulce. Elizabeth Figueroa. Juan Garcia. Yaneli Garcia. Samuel Isagiri. Jamil Jama. Caleb Kitson. Kyle Kitson. Emmanuel Lalaine. Ranier Luna. George Madias. Angie Martinez. Samaria McKenzie. Kobe Padilla. Claudia Palacios. Andrew Pineda. Anthony Cazada. Ariba Khan. Mia Reyes. Sebastian Rodriguez. Lohana Rodriguez Lozada. Benjamin Ross. Bruno Rowada. Alejandro Santos. Ambika Siprasad. Ishmam Sabron. Dylan Valenzuela. Madeline Vasquez. This concludes this evening's procession.
About 20 minutes. Oh, thank you. We're going to be done by now. We're good. We're good. At this time, we would like to welcome Ms. Abreu and her choir back to the stage. Will our senior choir members that are in the seats please join Ms. Abreu for your final Hollywood Hills High School choir performance? Our choir will be performing our school's alma mater. Thank you, Ms. Abreu and our choir. At this time, I'd like to call our senior class president, Kisleyan Mendez, back to the podium. At this time, I pronounce the class of 2025 graduates of Hollywood Hills High School. Kisleyan, please lead your class in the turning of the tassel.
Okay, guys. Senior class of 2025, now that our diplomas have been certified, it's time to turn our tassels and make it official. Graduates, please stand. We ask you to join me in moving our tassels from the right to the left side.
Graduates, we are all so proud of you and can't wait to see what you do next in life. Please go out there and make us all proud. This concludes tonight's celebration. Families, friends, and guests of graduates, please be seated and remain seated until the last graduate has exited the auditorium. Class of 2025, please begin your recessional.